camera might not be as good as normal, but busy week. Key day today. We just had the big strategic review from the ECB. 18 months in the making. Miss Lagarde has made a big deal out of it. Bless her. She's got a speech in about 10 minutes as to go through everything. But basically, it's been well telegraphed that they're looking to going to change the words around this 2% inflation target. Remember, all the central banks around the world, all the major central banks have this mandate to look after inflation, particularly CPI inflation. How they measure it is probably the best way of comparing the central banks around the world. And this 2% target, basically, so we're going to make it a fixed target instead of this we'd like to be around this 2% target. The words today was all about. Let me just quote what they've said here: transitory period in which a moderately above target. So this overshooting that the Fed first talked about months ago now is on the documented from the ECB as well. So good afternoon, everyone. Hope you're well. Venom, that's a great handle. Nice little picture. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon to you. Emmett, good afternoon. Usual format with these live sessions. Anything you want to talk about, markets, assets, approaches to trading, what's going on calendar-wise, what may be going on, what's going to move markets, what might not move markets. Stick it in the box and we'll have a chat together and we'll have a look at the markets together as well. Let me just see my... guys in the Facebook. I can't see any questions there, but anyway, that's you guys here on YouTube. So 10 minutes, we've got the weekly claims. Last week we had that beat for the first time in 2 weeks. It was better than expected. It came in at 345,000, a post-pandemic low for new claims. Continuing claims also a wee bit better last week. We're expected to come down to about 3,4,000 this week, isn't it? It was 365,000. These numbers get stuck in my head. Yeah, 365,000 last week and 345 this week. It's a key number because it keeps, it's trending lower. This will be another post-pandemic low. And as I said many times over the last 18 months, employment and unemployment is the key sticky thing. And when we talk about the worry about inflation, in wage inflation can be a much more sticky than goods or services inflation. But again, see how this all pans out in the next few months. Obviously, today, we've had a big move in the bond market. Again, the bond market, the credit market has been underpinning lots of what's going on. And we've had a big move down the 10-year treasuries. We've had a flattening of the curve, narrowing of the differentials between the 2, the 5 and the 10-year yield on the bond market, government bond market. And we went under 1.3% yesterday. I think we're at 1.31 last time I looked on the M market. Emma, we've Hot Forex has withdrawn supporting or offering cryptos as a trading asset. It's just something the company, the directors have made a decision on, and it's just an asset that we've withdrawn from. There's thousands of other things to trade. Obviously, the regulation around crypto is tightening up around the world, Emma. And I'm not sure why the directors took the decision they did, but they have, and that's where we are, I'm afraid. Hope you're. I say there's many other things to trade, my friend. So don't get too hung up on that. Obviously, people, people tend to have bought and held on to the actual cryptocurrencies rather than actually trading them. So that might be another reason the directors took the decision today. But we've withdrawn crypto trading on our MT4 and MT5 platform for that matter. So, okay, guys. So, we've got 5-6 minutes to the main, or one of the main news of the day, the unemployment claims, the initial claims, and Miss Lagarde's press conference as well. Earlier, we've also got the in minutes from the ECB as well. That came out early today as well. The monetary policy minutes. Again, there's nothing of any particular surprise in there. But we've got lots of movement on lots of other markets. We've had a very, very volatile oil market. We've had a recovery in the gold market, a strong dollar over the last few days. And I say all of it being driven particularly by the bond market itself. So we had a strong start to the dollar this morning. It's off a wee bit. Stock markets, all-time highs yesterday. And we're down quite significantly today. I posted something up on Facebook. Let's just bring up the chart. Get my ugly mug out the way. So let's just there we go. This is Apple, one of my favourite stocks as well. Here, this is whoops. Oh, it's not going to work, is it? Hang on, let me just move this up. Showing the power of. Let's not get rid of this. Just move that down out of the way. This is what I was wanting to show you. These two here. This is the USA 500 and its corresponding movement on the VIX. Can you see that? There we are. Just move that up. So this is the last couple of days. So here yesterday, USA 500, USA 100 was also the same. We went to an all-time high up here around this 3452 area here. As you see, is the VIX and then this morning, sorry, there we go. All-time high and close yesterday, 4352, and then today, weakening equity markets have crashed quite significantly there. You can see that on that 1 hour time frame. And the VIX, the volatility measure, has gone in the opposite direction, which it does. They're inversely correlated, these two. So as you saw, as the USA 500 futures market here this morning triggered short on this crossing moving average strategy here, and we're just trailing that down, nicely correlated, aligned moving averages there. That's the 21 EMA, the pink line there. The yellow line is the 9-period EMA, and the blue line is a 5-period EMA. So here we are at this point here this morning, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock this morning. We were under the 21 EMA, and we've went sideways for a couple of hours, but then we've moved down quite significantly here. Other way around, inversely correlation, the VIX moving out of this range at round about 18 most of yesterday, and we've moved up really significantly. We've gone from 18 to 19 to 20. That's a huge move for the VIX. So it's had a really good morning so far today, or had a good day today. Let's just bring in some, let's just bring up everything on that one. I'm trying to do, I don't want to cascade it. I want to tile the windows, that's what I want to do. So Venom saying he's had a good morning with the pound and the yen, the guppy pair. I don't know if I've got that. Let's have a look. Where's the pound? Where's my pound yen gone? There it is, right down here at the bottom. So pound, yeah. I hope you've been short that, Venom, my friend. That's been a nice one to trade as well. Again, consolidating here. This is the 1 hour time frame, moving sideways. At the beginning of the month, let's zoom in a bit. So this is today, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, sideways up here at around about 154 we were trying to get to, but it's been trending lower ever since. So you can see this is another one. When the trends break, moving averages are great. When you're going sideways, moving averages are no good. You want your oscillating trades. So Venom, I went short and held the position for about 2 hours. Well, my friend, if you'd, again, obviously, it's all about strategy. It's all about approach. It's all about risk management. Venom, you're absolutely right, my friend. But this particular strategy, this sort of, follow the trend, would have been, it would have been short here initially. That's a short one there, nicely run down. And then you would have been out here. Let's just do this in very simple terms. So you would have been out here. Let's use assuming that. So here we're going to get in when we're under the 3 moving averages. And we don't close it until we close back above the middle moving average. This is one way of trading this particular strategy. Okay, you can't actually see me, can you? I'm just going to hide your message if you don't mind, my friend. Okay. So Venom's talking about trading this pair here. So that would have been short. You would have gone out there. Then you would have tried to go long here. So that position there on this system would have gone long there. Let's just change that color of that one. Let's make that a a blue line so you can see it, or pink line. There we go, magenta. So this magenta line. So that would have been a nice profitable trade from here to here. Then you've gone long here. and your stop loss would have been down here. So you'd have probably been stopped out here as you got out. You could have got back in there and then. So 2 messy trades there, or 1 messy trade there for a small loss around here. But then yesterday you would have gone another short position here, another magenta here. Stop loss up here originally where that blue line is there at 153. And then that's just trailed down, hasn't it? We've gone sideways into close. You could have if you closed that overnight, you could have then re-entered this position here and just trailed that down. Venom, I understand why you've been in and out. If you've held it for 2 hours, you might not be there. So get nice profits on that nice trend. But really, trend following traders would still be in this one, following that rule. I mean, there's going to be a big turnaround when it does, so you might give up a lot of those profits. But doing this strategy, you can see clearly that you were short here yesterday at 1800 hours. This blue line, can you see that? You can't actually see that very well. Can you just change that one? I can't see it here on my chart, so let's just change that back to yellow, that one. Okay, there. So that's gone short there. Can you see that better? Not much better, is it? It's a bit vague. But here, this was 6 o'clock yesterday. Went against you a wee bit. You were out of the money for a wee bit. You were certainly in the money when you woke up this morning. Again, it depends if you'd left it on overnight, but you could have re-entered then because the moving averages are aligned. And see how they're now starting to move down. They're sort of curly. They've been flat, so not much direction into close. Then they start to move, and then we've unwound quite aggressively. This is all to do with the risk off, I should say. So dollars got a bid, yen's got a bid, Swiss Franc is probably up as well. I haven't got the Swiss Franc this morning. And we're moving down. Neem, that's what we're talking about. This is the pound against the Japanese yen, the pound yen, known as the guppy or the widow maker. And as you can see, the other indicators here, I hope you can see it. I can't see it very well on my screen, but hopefully you can see it better. MACD moving down quite aggressively, big long histograms here, the signal line in there moving down. Here, RSI is oversold. We've gone down too far is what the RSI is saying here, just above my head. I hope you can see that. We're down here. We're currently at 1930. But as you can see, the move has been aggressive, nicely aggressive, in a good sense if you're short. And it's been oversold all that time. So we initially went into the oversold zone here. I don't know if you got out there, Venom, at that. But it's moving down quite nicely. It is quite oversold. But as you can see here, it was... it's probably due for a bounce, but again at the moment it's trending lower. We're at 50.78 at the moment. 50.75 is probably a key number. If we go up to a higher time frame, we may see some like 200 period. There isn't a 200 period on here. But we go up to the 4 hour time frame. You can see, again it would have caught you initially short on that 1 hour one, and that one's much, moving down quite aggressive. The 4 hours also oversold. The volatility is increased. See how the ATR has spiked up here? You can't actually see that because I'm in the way. But if I lift that up, perhaps you can. I lift that up. Can you see that? See how this is the ATR number here. 57 now. It's rocketed up here. See how it's popping out the top of my picture there. So yeah, it's moving down quite aggressively there. So. Pound yen very much on the downside. As far as the end of day is concerned, it's been sort of edging lower, having failed to move up above 54.87 on an end of day basis. It then, as a weak short position, would have triggered here on the 25th of June, and you've been short ever since because we've been down. And now see how if we zoom this up a bit, see how the moving averages are now starting to move down and move down very aggressively today. So that was a weak short because it rejected closing up. That was the initial move down. Then it would have taken you out there. So that would have been a loss. Looked like it was going to go long. Didn't happen. So it was another loss there. But then here, you've more than made up for those two losing trades here as we've started to move down. So you've been short there on an end of day basis, and you've got lots of pips in the bags. And the end of day trader so far today at 50.75. So I haven't got a higher time frame moving average on here, but there we go. Venom saying, thanks. I was just skeptical about holding for more hours, but thank you. You managed to capture a couple of pips. Very good. That's the thing, Venom, and everybody else. You've got to, make sure what your strategy is, what your approach is. If you're just trying to get X number of pips, that's fine. Or you're trying to make X number of percent, that's also fine. But apply it to each and every trade you do. Have a system, trade your system, find your edge. Everybody has an edge. Every trader has an edge. And, everybody can do that. So see where we go. So let's just go back to this. Lots of comments about the pound yen today. So that's the 1 hour. It's trading lower. No particular reason or panic to get out. Just stay calm. There's an indicator that we are oversold because of the RSI. I'm sure other indicators, other oscillators are saying we're oversold. I'm sure the stochastic would be saying oversold. So perhaps maybe looking for some sort of buying opportunity down here. If you had I don't know where this is. I haven't got my pivot points on this particular workstation at the moment, but there'll be some, S1, S2, wherever that is today, moving down quite nicely. Just going back to Neem. Neem was asking about pound against the Aussie. So let's have a look at pound Aussie. I've got that here. Let's have a look at the British pound. So pound Aussie. There's a pound. So pound Aussie. This is the weekly, Neem. I guess you're not trading that, but that's that's a strong weekly rally, isn't it? That back all the way back. 5th of October. Wow. Is that right? That can't be right. 10th of May. What am I talking about? I read that the wrong way around. So, Neem, that's been positive on a weekly basis for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're into our 9th week. We're at 1.8525, key psychological level, 5 number. See where we are now? We're at this level. So that's positive. That's definitely a long on the weekly time frame. The daily is long, supported by this 21 period EMA. Nice long move here. This is the 5th of May again as it's moved up, breaking out. Then it's gone above that channel there. See what it did there? So it went quite a strong candle, big engulfing candle here on the 10th of May. Followed through here on the 12th of May as we broke over that high, and it's rallied up. Paused here as we got to 1.850 and come back down. Looked like it was going to go short, didn't it? We closed out long. Looked like it was going to go short. Didn't happen. So out for a wee loss. Up didn't happen, but the 20s provided support. The 20s provided support, and a big strong day today. So Neem, I don't know if you're trading this intraday, but certainly it's a big positive day today. So weekly's positive, daily's positive, 4 hour also positive. That's gone long there, short there, didn't happen. Then we've gone long here. So that's been the 4 hour trader has been long this pair. Since yesterday at 4 o'clock. So for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles now over this previous high here. And the 1 hour trader long here on Tuesday, short Wednesday, didn't happen. Again, another losing short trade, but again, buy because you're going to the upside. And what I've just shown you guys is trading with the trend. See how if we just follow through all those time frames, we went to the higher time frames and we knew the weekly was long. We knew the daily was long. So taking a short position here on the 4 hour or the 1 hour, you're going very much against the higher time frame trend. So if you want to cut out give you a bit of higher probability, just take when a higher trend is long, in your time frame, you try and go with the trend. So that's what we do. Trade. That's what we say, trading with the trend. So that short trade didn't pay out. The last big move here, and again, you got to be patient. That was yesterday, around about this time. Yesterday, 4 o'clock yesterday. Pound Aussie traders here on the 1 hour time frame have been long, and they're still long. See how we haven't closed under the middle time frame. So if you were following this strategy yesterday, you would have gone long here at 184.09, and here we are all the way up here at 185.20. What's that? That's 100 and odd pips to the good. Just by not doing anything, basically. Having a system that says the stop loss will either trail up, or we get out when the candle that we're trading on the time frame that we're trading closes below the midpoint on the moving average. And this trend following strategy can be applied to lots of different time frames. So there we go. That's the Aussie on the 1 hour. Sorry, the pound sterling against the Aussie on the 1 hour. To the upside. Right, I've been chatting on and I've missed the news coming out. So let's have a look what the news has been. We've got Miss Lagarde talking at the moment, and we've had the a big bounce. Or not? Yeah, well, actually, it's quite a significant bounce back. We've got unemployment claims missing again, so we might have some pressure on the dollar. The dollar's had a good day today. Where am I going? So that's a default chart. So if we look at the euro, let's go back to the dollar index itself. That's been going quite well. So euro has recovered today. Dollar's had a good start to the day, and it's turned around with the ECB announcement, and dollar again another one on this 1 hour time frame. Euro dollar went long this morning there at 9 o'clock. Went back against you, but your stop loss would have been down here initially. 1, 2, 3 candles behind, or 5 candles behind, as I conservatively at the bottom of the trade. So that would have been your stop loss initially down there, 117.85. Got in here, and we've more than made up 2 times risk reward. So if that's another one, that's your entry there. I mean, if you did have your stop loss down in the turn, which I quite often talk about, the real safe points, the turn, we've more than, if that's your, whatever that is, 206 points, you've already made 445 points. So you're more than 2 times your risk reward ratio now on that euro trade, as we've gone up today. Next resistance is obviously back to where we were here, perhaps earlier in the week, through this level here. That's our first level, which we're sort of stalling at now. So going back to, here we are, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday's sort of low point there at 118.50. 118.50, that's where we've sort of spiked to now. And then the next level would be sort of up here at 118.75, that blue line that's on the chart there. So euro up on probably the, see how we've added in this hour. So the news hasn't helped, but it certainly hasn't changed the trend, because we've had initial weekly claims coming in at 373,000. Last week, they were initial number was 364,000. That's been revised up by 5,000 to 371,000. And we were expected to make a new pandemic low of 345,000. So it was missed by another 30,000 again, which it did 2 weeks. It beat expectations last week. And then the previous 2 weeks before that has cranked that up to 373,000. So the 4 weekly moving average has probably moved up a bit. And let me just check a different calendar. Let's check what the continuing claims are looking like, and the 4 weekly moving average. So the continuing claims, the 4 weekly average is now back to 395,500, so 395,000, give or take a bit. And that initial claim is 373, worse than expected. So the continuing claims, why can't I see continuing claims on here? Let me just check. Continuing claims. There we go. Actually, I know I'll find it. Here it is. Dollar's sort of been steady. So initial claims 375. The weekly average dipped to 349,000. Seasonally adjusted. Continuing claims slumped to 145,000. So the 3.339 million now. 3.34 million is their continuing number. So that's also that's come down quite significantly. So that's actually quite a decent number, although the weekly initial claims have ticked up to 373, and obviously last week's was adjusted up to 371, so they've only actually gone up 2,000, if you like, but they're both worse than expected, 345. It's still a post-pandemic low for the unemployment claim, so that trend continues to go down. The issue with claims and unemployment and unemployment in the United States, as we saw last week with the NFP, is that there's areas of the economy where companies can't get the right type of staff. So the pressure on wages is rising. I think I said on Friday at the NFP, there was a job site posting $27 an hour plus tips for restaurant workers in, I think it was in parts of California. So it just shows you the pressure. Remember, the federal minimum wage in the United States is only $7 an hour. There's lots of talk about trying to get that raised to $15 a barrel. Lots of $15 a barrel, $15 an hour. There's lots of obviously resistance to that from business groups and the Republican Party. But $27 an advert. I'm not sure what the job was, but it was in the restaurant business, so significant overpay may be necessary. A couple of questions here. Neem, I take a buy in pound yen. Well, if again, I don't know what time frame you're trading, Neem, but as we said before, pound yen's been in a has it gone? I've lost it now again. It wasn't it? Why in the pound yen? The trend remains down, my friend. If you caught it down here on this spike lower here under 50, because I think we went under 150, didn't we? 150.65 has been the low so far today. We're trading at 150.96, or perhaps you've caught it down here in a lower time frame. I don't know what time frame you're trading, but the 5-minute time frame using exactly the same strategy is again still trending lower, and it's trying to move up. But again, remember you're very much against the trend, and going long with it, my friend. So, Neem, Euro Oz, Neem's asked for. So let's have a look. Euro Oz. Excuse me, guys. Where's my euro gone? Euro. Oh, just have to find that. Tell you what, let's go back to my default, and let's just bring in a Aussie Guzzy. That's fine. All right. Euro. It was what we have to Euro Oz name. Sorry, let's just find where that is. Euro. There we go. Let's put this same chart. So Euro Oz 1 hour, same sort of trend, my friend. Weaker Aussie today, stronger Euro. Neem, I don't know if you're trying to catch what's going on. So that's been moving. So 159.50 we trade at the moment. Again, I hope you haven't tried to catch the top of that, my friend. But Euro Oz moving higher on the 1 hour. Scope the time frames this time the other way. Do it the other way around. The 4 hour very much spiking, and the daily very much a big strong day today. So here on the top of the daily time frame, we see clearly a resistance through here as we rallied up. Let's go back here. Resistance here through March and April. We rallied in May, and then we couldn't get above this 158, 55, 54. So call it 158.50 really was the resistance zone for June, and now July we burst through that really aggressively today. So very strong day today. Obviously today isn't over, so see where that closes. But Euro certainly to the upside, waiting on the minutes, waiting on Miss Lagarde. This 2% inflation number, maybe something Miss Lagarde's saying as I'm speaking. Who knows? But we'll see what goes on there. But Euro certainly on the upside, breaking out of this channel. So end of day traders as well. So if we go higher again, the weekly, you can see that weekly, another one that's been tracking higher, and it's been high since that 18th of May week, and it's a big strong week so far. Obviously still tomorrow to complete the week, but Euro Oz to the upside, moving up from this big downtrend we'd had for most of 2021 so far. So turnaround for Euro Oz traders on a weekly basis. But again, Neem, I don't know what time frame you trade. Let me know, and we'll see if we can look at the time frame. But don't just jump in. Marvin, hello. Euro yen buy, is it a good move? Euro yen, well, yen's been weak today, so euro yen again. Marvin, I don't know what time frame you're trading, my friend, but again, it's another one that's just trending lower. As a trend following sort of guy, that's moved down. It looks like there may be some sort of support there today, so that's been the close of the hour at 129.75 has been the close. We tested it in this hour as well, and we're bouncing off, but it seems to be some sort of consolidation. So where we are now, 130 to 129.75, that 25 pip channel for the 1 hour traders, that needs to break there if we're going to move back up. But as you can see, you're going very much against the trend again, because it's still moving lower. We're still significantly under the 20-hour moving average at 130.25, Marvin. So that is channel so far for this afternoon here. This is euro yen for Marvin, guys. And we see, Marvin's saying 15 minutes. So it doesn't matter. What I've done is still relevant. So that's the 1 hour sort of channel top we talked about. So Marvin's more interested in 15 minutes. So 1 hour, remember, Marvin, is down. So any long trade you take on the 15 minute is against the trend. Okay, so bear that in mind. So 30 minute, let's just go down them in time. There's a channel a bit more formed, and it'll be even more formed in the 15 minutes. So the 15 minute. There you go. See the extra bit more extreme there. You can see that 130 top and the 129.75 on the daily is a bit lower. Obviously, in the 15, we've sort of broken out in the 15 minute. So again, it's not trending on the 15 minute. It's just sort of chopping sideways. So you want to confidently break higher and close the candle above 130, or close a candle below 129.75. So obviously on the 15 minute, that's a big range, because it normally, actually it's 15 minute, yeah, euro yen 49.50 is the move. So that's that's not an unnecessary move. I'm sure that RSI. Oh, it's RSI. It's not ATR. I thought it was ATR, but it's not. That's the RSI. No, insert. ATR. Okay, so normally it's only moving. Yeah, 0.60, 0.16 is a typical move for this pair in the 15-minute time frame. You can see that the ATR is still moving up, so it's getting a bit volatile. So euro yen buy, is it a good move? Depends where you bought it, my friend. If you bought it at round about here, it's okay, but it's likely to find resistance at 130, which it has done for most of certainly this afternoon. Where that starts from 12 o'clock, it can't get over 130. So it's not trending. But remember what we said about the higher time frames. The 1 hour is very much. This is the 4 hour. In fact, I've gone all the way up to the 4 hour. The 4 hour traders. He's been long since yesterday afternoon. Here, in fact, 2nd of July, he was short. The 4 hour trader. He's been short from there. Euro yen, and it's still going down. He's had a big down day today, so he's still short. The 1 hour, as we said, is undecided now, but still biased to the upside, because we haven't closed over the 9 period. See what's happened there? So we haven't closed over that yellow line. We haven't closed a candle all of today and half of yesterday. So again, the 1 hour trend, which is what this strategy sort of defaults to, it's not necessarily the best time frame, but basically the 1 hour trader would have been short here yesterday at 4 o'clock, and he's been short ever since. He hasn't closed his position because it hasn't closed over the yellow line. See, so again, another nice moving trend for the 1 hour. So if you're on the 15 minute, Marvin, and you've gone long, did you say go long? You've bought. It depends where you bought, basically, because it's chopping around between that channel. Okay. Hope that's answered your question, Marvin. Anything else? Let me know, my friend. Amjit, pound Aussie. We just looked at pound Aussie, didn't we, Amjit? But let's have a look at it again. I think we did, didn't we? With somebody else who was asking about the pound Aussie. Amjit, were you here when we were talking about the pound Aussie with Neem or not? He's still here. Let me just have a look. If anybody's with us on Facebook. Right, Addy. All right, it's quite a lot of you on Facebook. Sorry, I've just got my Facebook questions. They've been held up for some reason. I would like to know when you are hosting another workshop at Sandon branch. Vujani, Vani, I hope you're still here. That was 32 minutes ago. I'm sorry. I think the office is still closed in Sandon. But let me check with the. Let me just make a note of your name, and I'll get back to you, my friend. Okay, Vujani. When the Sandon office is open in. Well, I'll get back to you when we'll do another. There's nothing scheduled as far as seminars are concerned down in South Africa, but I'm sure there'll be perhaps something in the office. Arura saying, good afternoon, Arura. I don't know if you're still here. Hope you're staying safe, my friend. All the very best. 126. What was 126? I don't know. It's been a volatile market on some currency pairs. Why, says Feisty Tom. Well, it's all to do. The main move, Feisty, is been in the bond market, the credit market. We went the 10-year, the key benchmark, the 10-year US Treasury yield went under 1.3% yesterday. I don't know where we are at the moment. I haven't got that chart here at the moment. And that's, spooked things a bit. We've had a stronger dollar over the last few days. We had an all-time high on the NASDAQ and the S&P 500 on close yesterday. And then overnight, we've got the virus raising its head again in the Asian market. So we had a very weak Asian session. Obviously, Asia normally follows what the New York does. That didn't happen. We've had a move down quite significantly in the S&P. We've got all this issue out of China when it comes to the regulation. Remember, the Chinese have started tightening up on regulation, crypto in particular, but also about these IPOs. These are Chinese companies that are going public, not in China, but in America or in Europe. So the Didi, D-I-D-I, the ride-hailing application based in China, went public in America last week, or this week, I should say. And the Chinese had said they advised them not to. They cranked up this pressure, this regulatory pressure, and their shares fell 20% yesterday, or the day before yesterday, on Tuesday. They fell again yesterday, about 5%. So that's caused the volatility, Feisty Tom. The bonds, dollar rally. So we got a safe haven bid on the yen, which is why the yen's been so strong today. The Australian dollar comes under pressure because it's deemed as a measure of sentiment, a measure of risk. When risk is on in the markets, when equities are going up, Aussie does quite well as well, but Aussie's been under pressure as well because of that. That's basically what's going on. Dominic, good afternoon. Olayemi, good afternoon. Aussie CAD, says Addy. Dollar CAD. Addy, I'll come back to that in a minute. You can do that yourself, my friend, can't you? No, the dollar CAD better than I do. Isaac, good afternoon, Namibia. Hope you're well, staying safe. Hope if guys, if you get offered the vaccine, take the vaccine. Is my view. Somebody's asking about that. Is it? I'm selling till 129.26, says Nello. Nello, what currency pair are you talking about, my friend? What currency pair are you talking about? 129.26. You're talking about the dollar, the pound CAD, or a 126 or so? I don't quite sure what you're talking about. Are we talking about USD? You're talking about USD CAD. Is that what we're talking about? I guess Addy's talking about, and others are talking about dollar CAD. This is dollar CAD on the 1 hour time frame. Big old move here. This is all to do with the volatility in the oil market, but again, lots and lots of pips on offer here. Trend following traders, again, just following the rules, guys. It needs patience and discipline just to stay in when things get volatile. But that's what you want as a trend following trader. You want these moving averages nicely aligned. That is long. That is long. There's nothing. It was sideways here. So back here on Wednesday lunchtime. First indication that maybe some action going on here. At the time, obviously, we don't know this is going to happen, do we? You have no idea that this is going to happen at this point. But at the time, because of what we've been doing, we've been going down. Then we've gone up. The rise didn't happen. We went down, so we're still down. That was another first indication we might be going up. A biggish candle, two biggish candles in a row. On that particular hour, it closed over the 20-hour moving average. The 5 and the 9 moving averages had crossed, so that's enough for the system, the trading system that will be trading this, or the manual trader that's watching for these things to happen, for his indicator to go off, his buy indicator set at the 21 EMA. So he's gone long here at 123.40, and he's been long ever since. You know, he's gone long here. He's gone all the way up here. He's got out here when it's closed under the 9 period. The day later, all the way up here. Looked like it was going to go short. Again, just like we were talking about before, the short trade has not worked out. But you've got to take it because you don't know it's going to go. You've got to know it's going to go back up there. It's already done that. You might think, oh, it's going to go back down here. We didn't know. So it's gone short there. Your stop loss would have been up there. So you'd have been stopped out in this candle as it's smacked up here. Or even if your stop loss is even all the way up there, you've lost that bit there. But, you know, that's then sent you long. It's gone against you, but your stop loss is down here now initially when you open. And you're still long into the close yesterday. You could have closed out overnight, gone long again this morning as this big candle's opened here, and off we go. So dollar CAD remains long. 1 hour, nicely aligned moving averages. 4 hour will be just the same. There's the 4 hour, bigger candles, breaking out a bit more aggressively. And as Addy said here, and as somebody said 126. I don't know what Nello's talking about when he says still selling till 120. Oh, right, Nello. I see. So 129. You're saying 129.26 is your target for dollar CAD. Let's have a look at that on an extension basis. 129 is way off here. But obviously, if that is your target, that's your target, my friend. So there we go. So thank you guys on Facebook. I don't know if there's any more questions. Nello, let me know what I'm not quite sure what asset you're talking about when you say 126, 129.62. Are you still talking about the dollar CAD? This is dollar CAD on the daily basis. And again, you see, as an end of day trader, you know, he's gone long then. He's been long since the 11th of June. It's been a bit volatile, but he's been long. He's had an awful lot of pips in bagged and gone out there. So he's given up some of that, but he's gone long again here because we're still aligned. Got out there, that's a losing one, but he's gone long again just the other day, and he's now very much in the money. Needs to break over some key levels here, just using this simple candlestick chart there. 126, as Addy said, a key level to get to from back here at the beginning of April. And then the next high really of interest for me is probably through there. And then at some levels, that's a bit of a spike on the way down. And as far as just all I can see at the moment, I'm just putting lines on now because I can't. Is really 120. I've got no Fibonacci on that or anything, but it's just going back to where we are in the chart there. So that's a 128.46. And as Nello said, he's gone all the way to 129. Where were you, my friend? All the way up here. Is that 120? Is that where you got your 129? There we go. 129.56. That's that spike. It's what Nello's talking. Oops, let's just zoom it in. He's trending that long all the way up here. And that takes us all the way back to December last year. So for a 2021 high is what Nello's looking for. So all the best, my friend. Let's have a look. Marvin. Kingsley, good morning. Kingsley, are you in Jamaica? I can't remember. I thought I'd recommend your name from Jamaica. Perhaps not. Kingsley Solomon, I'm here. Hello, friend. How are you? He's entering, Kingsley here saying he's entering a pound yen short position. I don't know, are you talking to me, Kingsley, or to somebody else on here? I don't know. But for me, as we saw earlier, pound yen was very much on the bid. So be careful. Let's just... So pound, you're just saying you're selling, what's he say? I'm selling now. This is the 5-minute chart. Let's go to the 1-minute chart. This is pound yen on the 1-minute chart here. Exactly same indicator setup. We've got the moving averages. This is the RSI. And below here, we got the ATR. So we moved 0.04, about 4 pips on the 1-minute chart typically. So that would have been long there. We'd have gone short there. That hasn't played out. You've gone out there. That's gone long. That hasn't played out there. So it's trying to find out on the 1 minute. That's the trouble with playing these time frames. So Kingsley, I don't know what time frame you're trading, but certainly the 5-minute is probably still short. Yeah, that's still tracking lower. 15-minute is certainly tracking lower. I don't know what way again. So I don't know what time frame you're trading, but 15-minute remains short. 30-minute very much short from earlier today. In fact, yesterday, this big candle here, I could have entered again here. this morning, 3 o'clock this morning. That's trended lower. So very much a down day for pound yen. Yen very much in demand because of the safe haven bid it's got. The worry, the falling yields, the stronger dollar as well. So there we go. We've had that mixed. Kingsley saying he's trading 15 minutes. So I don't know what strategy you're getting on there, Kingsley, my friend. But certainly with the trend, 15 minute to the downside. Typical move for the 15-minute chart is about 20 pips or 0.2 here. You see there, ATR says 0.21. So that's how far the candle might travel in any one candle time frame. That's what the ATR means. But as you can see, that that's the 21 EMA, the 9-period EMA, and the 5-period EMA, all trending lower. The spike lower here on the 15-minute. The low today is at 150.65. Tried to teak up, and again, bit of a rejection candle there. Bit of a, look at that. Tried to get up higher at 151.14. Went down as low as 150.88, but that looks like a bit of a weak, a spike up weak. Doji type candle. I can't get the words out. Sorry, graveyard type doji. So perhaps another leg lower. Who knows? What's the 5-minute? Let's go down to the lower time frames. The 5 minutes trying to perk up. 5 minutes trying to perk up a wee bit, and the 1 minute still looks a bit weak to me. But yeah, 15-minute remains to the downside. So yeah, pound yen. Everybody's on pound yen. It's funny how days. Andrew was saying the other day, last time she did, everybody was asking about gold. Today it's all about pound yen and the pound Oz. But such is life, I suppose. Nello, you still haven't told me whether you're... let's just try and refresh that. Because the live chat... no, Isaac says hello. There we go, you've probably all been and gone. I don't know how many people are still here. 39 people here still on our Facebook page. Let's go back to our YouTube, guys. No new comments. Kingsley says, thanks for the heads up. It's not a problem. It's what I'm here for, my friend. So as I say, key event today from a data release point of view is already out, really. We got the weekly claims coming in worse than expected at 373,000. We're expected around 345,000. That's 30,000 worse than expected. Last week's have been moved up to 371,000. So overall, they've only actually gone up 2,000, you could argue. But last week there were 364, so they've been revised. They're worse than they were this time last week, the initial claims. And the 4-week average for July the 2nd is 394,500. So for the 4-week average, so that's still up, and 3.34 million for the continuing claims, and that's the sort of the big rub at the moment. As I say, I haven't got what Mr. Lagarde has had to say. Treasury yields, again, this thing that's driving things. 10 rate, we're up at 128.60. We were as low as 124.79, so that's a major 6-month low. 124.79, the 10-year Treasury rate, very significantly lower on this bit of a risk off day. Equities lower as well. So it's been quite an interesting week for this first. Remember, it's the first full trading week of let's just window these of July of the third quarter. And remember, next week it really kicks off because we've got the earnings seasons coming in to play. So the banks, the major banks, Citibank, JP Morgan actually kick it all off on next Tuesday. JP Morgan, Bank of America, Morgan Stanley on Friday, Wells Fargo as well next week. So big week for the banks. Expected to be strong. So, the surprise could be if they're weaker than expected. Goldman Sachs also in play. But the VIX continues to push higher. 2022 now. Let's have a look at let's have a look at the 100. Has 100 gone? No, USA 100 gone. Oh god. There it is. USA 100 continues to move down here. This is the daily time frame. Still very, very well bid, but we're testing the 9-period EMA today at 14,596, and certainly intraday it's been moving lower. 4-hour triggered lower here this morning, there under its 9-period, and 5-period crossing with then under the 21 period. So we've gone short there. 4-hour trade. First time, look at that. First time for an awful long time, the 4-hour has turned lower under the 21 period EMA. There we go. It's all the way back there. Back on the 18th of June when it looked like it was going to go down. It didn't. The dips were bought and off we went and rallied again. Is it going to be different this time? Who knows? But at the moment, it's gone short. The long trade that's been kept us in was closed out as well here. You probably got it on this. You probably not done it early today, but certainly it's closed under there. The 1-hour trend, again, was triggered from the all-time highs yesterday. Intraday was all the way up there at 14,900 intraday. New, or 14,800, it's just shy of 900, wasn't it? It didn't actually happen. So we closed the day there at 14,820, and then it's triggered short here overnight in the Asian session at 5 o'clock this morning. In fact, start of the early European traders, but followed through European Open, London Open, followed through, moved down, and 14,600 now is where we trade on a NASDAQ, the USA 100. So Douglas has just arrived. Afternoon, Douglas. Sterling. Douglas, any particular time frame? If not, we'll start with the daily. So pound against the yen, pound against the let's find it here. Pound against the dollar, also known as cable. Douglas. So let's start with the daily time frame. So what's the daily time frame telling us here? Well, let's zoom up. Daily time. What's the daily time frame telling you, Douglas? Are you short or are you long on the end of day basis? Or anybody for that matter? Tell me, what's that chart telling you, ladies and gentlemen? Somebody talk to me. Come on. There's not many of you here. Douglas, my friend, the pound cable is short. It's a short. The trend is still moving down. We've been testing these lows at 137.50. We tested them on the first day of July. We tested and went under it on the second day of July. We tested it yesterday, and we've tested it today as well. So key support, 137.50 for cable. But as an end of day trader again, you've been, that's been short from this breakout here, that big down candle there. I've had this conversation many, many times. 11th of June, the candle closed below big candle closed below the big candle of the previous day. Couldn't get higher. Nice Mizubo, and off we've gone. Triggered lower, all the way down here to 138, and then we've retraced and then gone down another 50 pips. 137.50 is our new support, and the low for July and the low for this trend is 137.30. Okay, so daily time frame, Douglas, remains down, negative, short. The 4-hour, as we can see here, is again also chopping. Bit choppy, but down very significantly. Retrace, then down again. So there's that 137.50 line here. So daily's down, 4 hours down, 1 hour is also down. We rallied to 139 just earlier this week, but we've been down ever since. So down excessively on Tuesday, as we said. Down again yesterday. It tested that 137.50. And here we are today. We've been under 137.50. So again, that's trending lower. So Douglas, it's negative. We find support. If we breach this 137.50 zone, the next support here on an intraday basis is that low we got to on the 2nd of July. Oops, let me go up. On the 2nd of July at 137.30. So 137.50, 137.30 is the next support. So there's a 20 pip, 30 pip support zone there potentially. But if we go below that, on the 1 hour, you can see, well, there's a number coming in at 136.70. If we go below that on a 1 hour time frame, where's the 4 hour support? Well, the 4 hour support is that 137.30. That's continuing to go lower. So that 136.70, I don't know where that's come from, but let's find it. 136.70 takes us all the way back to here, which is April. So they're the three levels we're looking for. That 136.70 was a low that was pushed intraday all the way back in the 9th and the 10th on the 9th and the 12th. So it's a Monday and a Friday of April. We went as low as 136.70. So they're the levels you want to be looking to the downside for, Douglas. Whether we actually get there or not, who knows? But as you can see here, I hope you can see here, on this end of day time frame, the trend is very much to the downside. And your first level is, there we are, that's that April. What am I talking about? That's that April one, which it was also, interestingly, a March one. So it's a key low there, and 137 itself comes into play as well. So they're the levels you want to be looking for. It's very much moving, trending lower, a stronger dollar, which initiated at the beginning of June to close out the quarter. So it's been a strange quarter for cable. It's been up and it's been down. There we go, up and then down again, giving it all the gains up. And we're starting to move down as we join the new month and the new quarter as well. So Douglas, that's to the downside. I don't know what time frame you're trading it, my friend. Imad says nice, and I don't know what we're talking about. Oh, you're talking about Imad on Facebook. You're talking about, are you reporting to Nello? I guess you are. Anyway, there we go. Have a quick sip of water again. There's not many questions, guys, so I'm going to wrap it up. I've been here an hour or nearly. I tell you what, I'll stay for the hour. In fact, I have been here an hour. No, it's 20 past, wasn't it? So the hour's up. Unless anybody wants to look at something particular, let's just go through the majors on this time frame. So the dollar index very much to the downside. Let's zoom up. So that's trending lower. That's been short from when was that? That was 10 o'clock this morning. Dollar index short. We currently trade at 192. At 92.32. We've been short from 92.50, crossing EMAs. Moving down, trending nicely. We got the 5. Hang on a minute, is that messed up? Yeah, 5, 9, and 5, 9. Sorry, 29, 5. I'm going mad. Sorry. That's very much trending lower. Dollar index having had a nice old rally to 92.80 yesterday. So that's short. Euro, as we saw earlier, it turned around from this big move down on Tuesday and Wednesday. Thursday, we found a floor here at 117.85. Gone long there this morning at 9 o'clock, and it's still moving higher. Next line in the sand is at 118.75 area. Dollar yen today, very much short as well. It's been drifting down from when we broke 11 on Monday, 111.00, and it's been trending lower ever since. And big leg down today under 110. And we're currently trading at 109.63, so a big move down for dollar yen today. Cable we just talked about, also trending lower on all the time frames. Here the hour moving down, 137.50 is the key support as we move down. Dollar CAD on the other hand, as we saw with our friends over on Facebook, is moving in the opposite direction. That's a stronger dollar, obviously. 1 hour time frame today, big old move up and off, and that continues to move high at 126. Next line in the sand for dollar CAD. Australian dollar, the US dollar against the Aussie, down under 75. We're at 74.36, so .74. Again, another one that was at .75, testing .76. There we go. 75.98. That was just on Tuesday. So down Tuesday, down Wednesday, down Thursday, trending lower. Stocks right on that. This one's got stochastic on there, guys. I can see it. It's behind my head. But also trending lower, dollar CAD. Gold. Nobody's asked about gold today, which is a bit of a surprise. Everybody's normally obsessed with gold. Perhaps we overdid you, but what's that about? Skeptical. Thanks. I was skeptical just about. Oh, that was Venom. He's been and gone, I think. I don't know who's still here. So this is the daily time frame on gold. Big old move down for June, all the way up here at 1900, 1905. Looking to go long again. Just sideways for a while. Finally broke through the 20-day moving average, or 21 EMA here. Confirmed the following day here on the 14th of June, then moved down really aggressively all the way down to test 1750 itself, 1750 from 1905. Big pips on gold through the end of June, consolidate it, and then we've turned around a wee bit. And at the moment, gold is triggering long on an end of day basis on this strategy here. If it closes here, it needs to close over 1905, 1805, I should say, where the 20-day or the 21 EMA moving average sits here. And this is now our 7th consecutive day higher. We were down, we were short earlier. It was negative earlier. But we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 into our 7th consecutive day higher. As you can see, MACD went down, and the signal line is still flat. It's trying to turn up the histogram. Bars are shortening. We're still under the zero line, but we're moving up. Can we reclaim this move up? We shall see. Remember, Fridays are particularly volatile for gold. Don't know why. Just are sometimes end of the week. So watch that. We may be looking for a bit of a retrace from this 6-7 day rally, but at the moment the trend is with you. You're on the up for gold on an end of day basis. Presumably it's got a strong daily candle today. There we are. That's 1789 and the 1805 level. That should be on there. There's that 1805, 1806 level where the 200-day, 20-day moving averages. So through there on the 1 hour time frame. Oil. Third day down. We've recovered some of our losses from earlier today. We were down all the way to test $70 a barrel earlier today. Didn't actually get to 70. In fact, we got very, very close to it turning up. But again, that's another one that's trending lower from all the machinations of the OPEC fallout, the UAE, and the Saudis not being able to do some sort of deal. So oil remains down. Stocks are down as the market is just about to open in 5 minutes. The cash markets, we'll go and have a look at the cash market, but that's been a big down day for stocks. As we said, right at the top of the shop, VIX over 20 and holding over 20. So the volatility index, the fear index is on the up. Stocks down today, having hit all-time highs yesterday. Is it just profit taken? Maybe. Who knows? First few days of any trading month, they tend to be positive for equity markets. This time of the year can be very positive for equity markets as well. So it's been a good first week for equity markets. Some profits perhaps being bagged, but the VIX is over 20. Make of that what you will. And finally, the Swissy and the Kiwi. Kiwi being a really good mover as well. We're under 70. This is the 1 hour time frame. So we're under 70 today and under it significantly. We went as low as 69. Where's that low there? 69, 40. Another one that's just trending lower. You know, dollars bid. We got a weaker Antipodean currencies safe haven bid for the dollar. And finally, the Swiss franc also moving lower. This is a dollar against the Swiss franc, so the dollar's weaker against the Swiss franc. That means the Swiss franc is getting that safe haven bid we saw with the dollar, the yen, I should say. So yen and Swissy bid. And this is the dollar against the yen. So it's had a dollar against the Swiss. So it's had a really good strong move, and that big move there for the positive dollar against the Swiss franc is coming to an end quite dramatically today by the looks of things, having got to 92.65 on an end of day basis. 92.65 our high for July, and coming to an end quite dramatically today. But you know, it's a dramatic start. Here we were trending lower all the way down to this 89.35 low for the Swiss franc through April, May, and the beginning of June, recovered in July, second half of June to 92.60, and down we go. And again, from a simple Fibonacci leg situation, you'll see. Well, I'm guessing I'm saying you will, but there we go. Look at that. I think I'd make this up, wouldn't you? The key golden ratio of this move down, the 61.8 is that number there we just put in beforehand, 92.60. I didn't know that, sir, gentlemen, ladies, but that tends to what happens with Fibonacci. I hope you can see that. So that resistance, that 92.60 we saw is the key Fibonacci ratio resistance. So lots of profit being taken there. So looks like we're rejecting it today with a huge engulfing candle to the downside as the Swissy gets a bid, and that rally may be over, and that's looking to go short today on an end of day basis for the Swiss franc. So I'll leave it there, ladies and gentlemen. Unless there's any more thoughts or any more requests, I'll wrap it up, and we'll see you all tomorrow with Andrea for an end of week wrap. See what this Swissy does today. Any more questions? It doesn't look like it. Let me just refresh that as well. No, there's no more questions over on Facebook. So I'll call it a day. Take care, everyone. Stay safe. And we'll see you all again tomorrow. All the best, everyone. Bye-bye.